But we're going to start with what happened out west last night. The Warriors' hopes for a sweep were dashed as the Pelicans blew them out in New Orleans by 19. And in Utah, the Jazz, who were riding high after a series-tying win in Houston, got dropped back down to earth with a 21-point loss to the Rockets. 2 blowout games. I want to ask you, which one's the bigger deal, though? Rockets routing the Jazz?
Rockets routing the Jazz because had Utah won that game, Paul Pierce said they were going to the finals.
That's a great point.
Yes, he did.
There were so many people excited about the potential of the Utah Jazz. And then the Rockets actually showed up and beat the brakes off of them. So much so they were up 30 by halftime, and we couldn't do our halftime show.
Yeah, it broke everything. Literally broke the machine.
So I have to say the Houston Rockets, they were truly impressive. I'm not surprised that the Pelicans actually took a game. I didn't think they would get swept.
I'm thinking it's the Pelicans routing the Warriors because, for one, you get Steph back. And everybody said, look, this may be a sweep. You know, the Warriors look primed for a sweep. Then you go to New Orleans, you got a healthy Steph, a healthy team, and you get blown out by 20. I can't remember the last time I seen a Golden State team lose by that much in the playoffs. And if you look back at Game 2, Pelicans played really well. It's just that the emergence of Steph in that game got them to the top. So the Pelicans may have something going here to even up this series going into the next game.
Paul Pierce, you told the truth there, buddy. I like it. I think it's a big deal that the Pelicans not just won a game. I thought they would win a game, but they blew those guys out in the first game. Because I always think Game 4 is the best steal game. But they came to work, and they knew, and Rondo said it before the game, this is a huge game, big game. We're putting everything we have into it. They cannot guard this guy, Anthony Davis. Drew Holiday's been phenomenal. Rondo's been the leader, the maestro. I think it's a big deal. You know, I really do. And Paul, I don't know how far you think this thing can go, but I do think that they could make it a series. They could make it a series if they win the next game. It's a real series. But right now, you know, they did what they had to do. They imposed their will in Game 3.
It's a real series, and there's some real fun stuff that's going on in this series. Because early in the game, before the Pelicans blew the whole thing open, Rajon Rondo and Draymond Green got into yet another hold me back moment.
Hold me back!
Later on, at some point, Rondo appears to trip Draymond. He gets a T for that. Both of these guys shared their different perspectives after the game on what happened.
That's his game. You know, I don't try to bait him in anything. It's just, you know, he talks a lot of and it's just part of it, you know.
No, I don't have to try to bait Rondo. I get nothing out of trying to bait Rondo in anything. That does nothing for me. Y'all hate the storyline of somebody trying to bait me, huh? Y'all, I just got to be involved. Like, oh, Draymond's doing this. At some point, somebody got to tell the truth. And I know that's not quite the DNA these days of people telling the truth. But at some point, y'all got to tell the truth. Draymond ain't trying to bait nobody. I'm chilling, playing basketball.
Now, I tend to stop believing people once they go third person. That's just a rule that I've always had. Neither guy is saying that they're trying to bait the other.
So you probably shouldn't ask Paul Pierce.
Who's doing what?
They're both trying to bait each other. Listen, when you got, it's like the clash of the Titans. You got two alpha males trying to find an advantage for their team. Draymond is known as the bully. He has a strong personality. Rondo has a strong personality.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that these two are going to clash. When you have this type of guy like Draymond whose bullying personality can be intimidating for the other team, and then you have a guy like Rondo standing up to him, that can give confidence to your ball club. You know, I remember in 2010, we played against Cleveland, #1 seed. They had Shaq. He's fouling hard. He's intimidating us. The game Perkins stood up to him. The game's Perkins started throwing elbows back to him. Stood up to Shaq like, this not about to go down out here, big fella. I think that gave our team confidence. And we went out there with a different swagger. Because, you know, that's Shaq. You know, nobody stands up to Shaq. And when Perkins did that, I believe it turned our series around and gave us the confidence we can go out and beat them.
Perkins, my man, 50 grand.
They was the best.
That was a different Shaq in Cleveland and in Boston.
But still, definitely.
Listen, I love the competitive spirit and the fire that these two guys play with. And if I'm Rondo, I'm going to keep pressing that button. I'm going to keep pressing on Draymond because we've seen Draymond, maybe, and people say this, cost them a championship with his emotional flare-ups, if you will. So if I'm Rondo, man, listen, I'm gonna keep up with my antics. I'm trying to find any little advantage that we can get because we need it. We're playing against a better team than ours. So We need any advantage that we can get, so I'm going to keep pressing if I'm
You hear these
Rondo.
superstars, these finals MVPs, they don't understand what it's like to be a role player, okay? These guys, this is the reason why they're in the league. Who's the emotional leader of the Golden State Warriors?
Draymond.
Who's the emotional leader of the Pelicans?
I mean, it's obviously Rondo.
And they play different positions. That's what makes this so fascinating. One's a point guard, one's basically playing center. It just doesn't look so odd because Draymond's only 6'7". This is why both of these guys are in the league, because they get under people's skin, they're really productive, and also they're great passers. So teammates love playing with guys that's going to get up in somebody's face and get them to rock. That's why when they're doing that, teammates come and have their back.
I just love that they found each other in this series. It's giving us a lot.